Hello everybody, I am the Great Sage and welcome back to episode 2 of the Super Mario World series. If you remember correctly from the last episode, we just went through World 1 and World 2, technically speaking. And now we are at World 3, which would be the Vanilla Dome. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. If you're wondering why I have less lives this time, is because, you know, once you shut off the system and everything, everything resets and so on and so forth. Tis the curse, tis his life. I'm gonna show you guys a little trick. I'm pretty sure you guys probably already know it, but I always like to defeat these guys first and then go flying, because you can't take Yoshi up here with you, but doesn't mean that you still can't figure out a way. Now, if you remember what I was talking about with the red dots means that it has 2 pathways. So we go back, we'll go ahead and go back here again, and we'll go ahead and go back to the other pathway. I'll be right back as soon as I find, actually no, never mind. It's coming up anyway, so. Whoa. See, that one's dead. Ah. Oh, okay. You know, honestly, I have never met somebody who does not know about Super Mario World. Like, well, okay, I probably shouldn't say anybody, because we are currently in a new generation that probably wouldn't know what a Super Nintendo was. They would know it by emulator, like how I'm playing it, or they would know it from, you know, seeing it online. But us from the 90s, especially the 90s, I mean, for those of you who are watching, you know, let me know down there in the comments below who is the 90s kid who's watching, because I'll tell you what, actually, we will tell you collectively that the 90s era was probably one of the best eras that we have ever had. Nintendo systems were just hitting, Sony PlayStation was just hitting out, and as you can see, 2 pathways. Nintendo was starting to be the pinnacle of what the Nintendo system, or not the Nintendo systems, but of what video game systems were supposed to be. You know, and 1996, I believe. Oh, and here's where you gotta kind of leave Yoshi. I've tried to go up there with Yoshi, but couldn't do it. Anyway, we have definitely chronicled a huge adventure for all the video game systems, and we come a long way. Like I said, 1996, actually 1990 is when the Super Mario World came out. Came out for the Super Famicom back in Japan, and we'll go ahead and take up another pathway here really quick. But yeah, it was originally released in Japan for the Super Famicom back in 1990. 1991 is when it was re-released here for the North America. And I'll tell you what, every 90s kid can straight tell you that as soon as we were told of this said thing, free one up. Once we were shown this truly amazing system, the power of the switch you have pushed will turn this into this. Your progress will also be saved, which is also a good thing, because again, we have a tad of bad tendency of not saving. But it was amazing though. Like 1996, I believe that 1996, 1997, around those times, we were introduced again to the newest of 3D technology, and a lot of you know what I am talking about. I am talking about the Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64, arguably one of the most pinnacle spots of next generation style 3D art. And I know a lot of you people out there. Actually, I know a lot of my era, and probably a couple from the next generation, probably the early 2000s generation, probably still has a Nintendo 64. I know I do. I still got my 64. It's not really a question if it still works or not, but it's a safe bet that it's still going to be cherished the same way. We'll go ahead and fly up here really quick. I mean, who didn't like it, you know? 1996, 1995, 1996 time, Super Mario 64 was one of the very first games to ever be released for the Nintendo 64. And then 1996, I believe. I could be wrong. Oh, I'm running into that again. But still, within the mid-90s, Nintendo 64, Super Mario 64, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, those were the pinnacle points of when 3D technology was just starting out. PlayStation took off just as well with the 3D technology too. Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 6, PS2 was just hitting. Overall, I know a lot of people will agree with me out there, and I don't know why I'm going that way, but a lot of people out there will agree with me that the 90s era was the era to live in. And I can proudly say that I loved living in the 90s. It's crazy to see just how I want to say dominated this day and age is by technology. I mean, nothing bad against it. You either adapt or you perish, you know. 'Tis the way of evolution. But at the same time, you know, though we adapt, we shall never forget. We never forget where our roots came from. We never forget how this all started. And honestly, this all started back in 1985 when Super Mario Brothers, the very first game ever to be released. Well, unless you count, you know, the Game & Watch Gallery, you know, stuff like that. Of course, we're gonna count that. Arcade games and so on and so forth. And of course, we can't exactly forget when Nintendo actually was first founded. Nintendo, I don't know if many of you people know, but Nintendo was first founded back in 1896. Believe it or not, look it up. It was at at the very end of the 18th era of the 18th century. They started out as card games, believe it or not. And honestly, I would like to get my hands on a set of playing... Actually, no, I'd like to get my hands on... Dying, apparently. I would like to get my hands on a set of playing cards from the 1896 era of the Nintendo playing card series. I almost died, but I also would think that that would be an amazing collection. And I can guarantee you, I can almost honestly guarantee you that somewhere in the Nintendo building over in Japan, there is definitely somewhere hidden in there a collection of it, just somewhere hidden within the confines of the Nintendo Corporation. Ah! Green bubbles. Fly. Fly, Mario. Whoa. Wait. Can we really flick those? Okay, that was interesting, but... Oh. Oh well. Me personally, I can honestly remember good parts of my 90s. Yeah, we'll continue going this way. I can remember certain parts of the 90s era for me, and sometimes I miss it, but at the same time, it is what it is. I definitely like, I definitely still like where the Nintendo world is going. If you guys saw the E3 showing, the Pokemon Sun and Moon, I heard that was a pretty good showing. If a lot of you guys know me well enough, you guys know which showing I was paying attention to most of for 6 hours during the Nintendo Treehouse Twitch live stream on Monday. Not this past Monday, but on the Monday, the first day when the E3 conference was just opening. You guys can pretty guess which one I was paying attention to. Yes, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. And like I stated in The Legend of Zelda 1986 Let's Play, I will be doing a video of every Legend of Zelda game. And honestly, Breath of the Wild is no different. I'll be excited to do that game. Whoa! We almost lost Yoshi there for a little bit. Don't stick your tongue in a fire, Yoshi. That was mad for you. Oh, there's a secret up here, guys. Watch this, Fly! Alright, we'll just travel down. Boom. 70. So right now we are one level away from Castle 3. Yeah, from Castle 3. And we're going to go ahead and complete this, go to Castle 3, beat it, and then we're going to take the other route that's up there. And then, and we're going to lose Yoshi in the process too, just so you guys know. I forget how much bullet bills come. Oh, God. There's a little pathway too. We'll just go down it. I didn't know it was gonna be hit, but oh well. Everybody knows how iconic any of the Mario Brothers music is. Oh! Whoa! Oh, the mad skill! Oh, that was amazing. I was gonna say, watch all that mad skill and then watch me die by a freaking Koopa Troopa. Or a Paratroopa, actually. Ooh, I almost died by a Paratroopa right there. 20, oh, 99. Something like that. Oh. Alright, Lemmy's Castle. Just sure, why not? We'll just jump right into it. Ah! Magic Koopa. Oh my god. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Haha! Even if you get rid of him, he doesn't ever go away. He'll appear. He'll be right back. Watch. See? Oh god. I'm trying to do this. No. See, we drop that, we do this, we go up here. See, we get up here. Little pathway, little easy, get a 1-up. And now we're at the fun part of it all. Oh. Haha. Mario knows how to take risks. Although sometimes he knows he shouldn't. See what I mean? Yeah, headbanger. Headbanger Mario. Dang it. I swear, I can never stay big just to save my life. So what happens when you spend time just being small. No matter what you take, you know, it only keeps you big for so long. It's alright though. I would assume it wouldn't be much of a bother, but... Oh. Looks like we're small again. Oh, that was a lucky shot. Well, we got Castle 3 done. And how's Mario gonna take it out this time? Oh. MC Mario right here. Hammer time. Mario has triumphed over Lemmy Koopa of Castle number 3. Mario's quest is starting to get much more difficult. Have you found the red and green switches yet? Why, yes. Yes, we have. We just found the red one, actually. So we'll save there, and we'll travel back up. Oh, the face. Like, come on. Alright, there we go. God. You guys just don't want me to stay big, don't you? Even with some help, I still can't stay big. It's like they're like making sure that I stay small forever. Oh, we got rid of that. 30. No, yeah, where was that when we had 70? You know? Oh well. So now where we are currently... Where is it? We are currently... Well, actually, now we're currently in here trying to get the star. Nope. Huh! That's funny. Pop. All right. So we are now currently on I can't even speak. Vanilla Secret 3. We completed 1 and 2. 1 was in the cave. 2 was the one we just completed. Oh, this is the dolphin one. If you have a feather, this makes this level so much more easier. I shall show you. Flying, it's like they purposely like planned it out to where this is how far you're gonna be able to fly for certain places, and it honestly works. That's the way that I figured it out. And dolphins are chasing right behind me, actually. See, they're following right behind me. That was the honest, like, easiest way that I've ever completed this level, was flying through it. Some levels become really easy when you have to fly. Some levels are difficult and you have to fly. So now we're at the Vanilla Fortress, and this one is a little difficult. This one's a little tricky. This one's an underwater fortress. I honestly wish I could hold my breath for as long as Mario is holding his. If I could, I would sink. Actually, what would I do? I have no idea. Guys, for all those who are watching, what would you guys do if you were able to hold your breath as long as Mario could in the Mario games? Let me know down below. As for me, I think I probably not sink down to the bottom of the ocean, but definitely go towards the darker depths of the ocean. See what I can find. Atlantis, maybe, or Titanic. Whoa, Reznor. Oh God. Oh God. This is the longest I've ever had to face him. Oh man, that was difficult. I had to concentrate there for a little bit. But yeah, I would definitely go find the Titanic. Figure out what they couldn't find. Maybe try to find the lost city of Atlantis. Or try to explore more than 6% of our planet's oceans. I don't know if any of you, no, actually no. I know probably a few of you probably know that, but we haven't even explored 10% of our planet's oceans. So honestly, you can't tell me that mermaids and stuff like that don't exist yet until you have absolute proof. So right here, we are on this place called Butterbridge. Not Butterbean, Butterbridge. Butterbridge, Butterbridge, Butterbridge. We're on like a little bridge pathway that'll take us to Castle 4, actually. Ooh. Takes us right to Castle 4, I believe. Uh-oh. Aw. If you keep jumping on these guys, you get a 1-up. Oh. I thought maybe if you jumped on him it worked. Man, who remembers the timed side-scrolling ones from Super Mario Bros. 3? Remember those? Remember those back in the good old days? Super Mario Bros. 3 was actually one of the very first Mario games that sold over 10 million copies. Believe it? Yeah, true thing. They sold 10 million copies. Actually, they might have sold, I think, between 10 and 14 million copies. But either way, it was a lot of copies, making it, I think, one of Nintendo's. Yeah, I think it made it as Nintendo's one of Nintendo's biggest video game sales, actually. I think. I don't even know how to jump. But it was totally legit, though. I still have that game on my Let's Play list. I still plan on doing some more Let's Plays of the Mario series. Of course, the Legend of Zelda series. I'm not gonna stop that. But and then we'll see where we go from there. I'm going to be branching out soon, hopefully, into the PlayStation series and so on and so forth. I'm gonna try and do a Let's Play series of a. Oh, that was cool. That was cool. Don't know how that worked, but that was cool. I haven't decided what game I'm gonna do for the Sony PlayStation just yet, but one of my biggest games that I definitely want to do is an RPG game, and it is one of my all-time favorite RPG games. It's actually the RPG game that got me started in playing certain RPG games like Final Fantasy. I play Final Fantasy more often because of this certain game, and I will do a Let's Play on it. It's just gonna take us a long time because it's a very long game. So I'll record here and there for that one. But you guys will love it. And we are now at Castle 4, Ludwig's Castle. We are going to wait a minute so that we can go back. Be right back in a bit, guys. I'm actually gonna go grab a Yoshi. I'll be right back. Oh! Nope, not go that way. Okay, Mario. Alright guys, here we go. So now we are at a place called Cheese Bridge area. And the reason why I wanted to get a Yoshi is so that I can make this a little bit easier. I should show you a way that you don't even have to move. All you gotta do is jump and just keep going to the right. It's like it's perfectly planned for it. Like watch. See what I mean? Perfectly planned. You can keep flying through it too. See? Now right here is where you gotta ditch your Yoshi. It's hard because we just got him, yes, but what you do is you jump underneath this and jump up, and you continue this way. Get a moon. And now we go to a little secret area. Just out of curiosity, did anybody ever wonder how to get there? Did anybody wonder why this place popped up? I shall show you. Soda Lake. This is where they introduced Torpedo Ted, Bullet Bill's older brother. That's what I think. And unfortunately, you can't really hurt him. What I find fascinating is that, that I got hit. But what I find fascinating is that how the music sounds, you know, how almost all the pieces of music can almost sound exactly the same, just in different key format, or not key formats, but different time signatures, different tempos. And that's what's really cool, is that the Mario series has always tried to base their music off of one particular theme. And see, there was a way to get here because it leads to a star road. So there was a possible way to get there. And I know a lot of you that have probably played this game, like when I was first playing this game, you probably looked at it and like, how do I get to that star? I don't get it. And I remember coming across it, and then I was confused. I was just like, there is an island in the middle of this place, and yet there is no way to get there. But following my theory of red dots being double pathways, naturally, yes, I was just like, there has to be another pathway here in this place, and there was. I happened to come across it by chance when I jumped off and I had a Yoshi with me. You also need a Yoshi for the wings too. Turns them blue. Oh, I guess we're going down here now. Whoa. Okay. But anyway, I came across it, and then I was utterly a little confused. I was just like, so this place I know has to have a second pathway, but how do I get to it? So, and thus it came with dropping down there, and I almost died, so I hopped off my Yoshi, and I hopped up behind it. I was just like, wait a minute. So I went further to the right, and I found the little platform with the 3 life moon, and I bit it, and then the vine came down. It's like, oh, really? So that was my story of how I found it. If you guys have a story on how you guys came across it, let me know down there in the comments below. I always like to see how everybody comes across certain things, because they could have found it, you know, much more different than I have. Some people might have like come across it while, you know, by accident or just by knowing. However you guys did it, let me know. I like, you know, if there's other pathways and other ways to do it, I like knowing. Because you have to also remember is that back in our time, there wasn't you know, the internet was just starting out, so there was no real way of getting, you know, internet and stuff like that, looking it up online, Google and stuff like that. However, the internet did provide some answers when... Oh, okay, that was cool. Knock it off. Okay. It did provide some answers, but for those of you who were able to get it with dial-up, having to hook it up to the phone line, can't use the phone because you're on the internet. I'm pretty sure some of you guys remember that. Ironically, I do. And we only got one out of that one. Pop. Alright. Now, on to Castle 4. We have access 2 ways to it, too. Castle number 4. Ludwig's Castle. And just for fun, I'm going to show you guys a little pathway that I know about. You guys can go through this way, or there's a pathway right up here. I don't know if many of you people know that, but there's a pathway up here. See? And it goes up here, and you just continue on your way. You know, out of the years that I've played this game, I honestly don't get how this works. I honestly have no idea how that works. If you guys know how it works, again, let me know down there in the comments below. I would like to know, because I've been playing this game for years, and I have no idea. If you guys know, let me know. Again, I like being able to learn things, knowing things that I didn't know before, especially about a game that I've spent years playing for fun and then beating it because I want to beat it. Like how we came across the glitch in Legend of Zelda 1986. That little glitch that wow, I'm just getting hit everywhere I go. You know, that little glitch that ended up making me having to restart. No. No. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He knows too much. He knows too much. No, 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 no. Oh, oh my god. That was a little too close, guys, right? But yeah, I never could figure out how that all works. We almost died. Gotta watch my score go up. Alright. So now we have Castle 4 complete. Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh. Ludwig von Koopa's days of composing Koopa symphonies in Castle number 4 are over. The Forest of Illusion lies ahead. Mario must use his brain to solve the puzzle of this perplexing forest. And this forest is really complex. The Castle number 4 is over. The Forest of Illusion lies ahead. Gandalf. Alright, so now we are now in the Forest of Illusion. And if a lot of you guys know, there are quite a few places where this could be really tricky. But I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you guys are enjoying this adventure so far. Leave a like, leave a comment down there below underneath this video. Those really help. It shows that you guys are liking the content that I'm producing and playing some fun games that you guys like watching. I hope all you guys out there are enjoying this. I will be back again next time. Until then, I am the Great Sage saying good night and game on.